measurement tube, then you get care. What that does is that takes away the weight of the container itself.
Welcome to the Pave channel. Today we're going to be making our own pancakes. But assisting us is Chef Tom Barnes, we have Brandon Keisha, Maya, and we also have Talani. I'll be your host today, along with my friends, Rob Moore.
One cup is practically 4 ounces. Doesn't have to be point exact. Okay. Okay. That's really the only thing that you need to get a weight for. One of these is 4 ounces dry weight. So, and then everything else except for the buttermilk. The buttermilk is 6 ounces, but just mix all the ingredients into the bowl directly, and then we'll go ahead and crack the egg and the buttermilk in there. You need to stir. You don't want to use your whip to just beat this stuff up, because what that does is that builds up the gluten strands in the flour, which will make your pancakes tough. You ever see on the ingredients of like a cake mix, it says do not overmix? Okay, that's the reason for it. Because if you overmix this stuff, it will make your cake, it will build the protein strands in the flour, your cake mix, and it will literally make your cake tough and will not rise properly. So you have to, when you measure, you have to measure it fairly gently. Alright? I'm going to go ahead and put on like 2 ounces of butter to melt, because I'm going to need something for my waffles anyway. I'm going to go ahead and put the waffle batter together on my end. We're just going to play with doing some flavor combinations. I'm going to put bacon, I'm going to put rosemary in there, orange zest. It's going to be crazy.
So you need the zester?
I do need a zester, yes please. When you have an opportunity, thank you. I should bring my own tools in, but I have a lot of tools. I'm not bragging, it's just the fact I have a lot. I don't feel like dragging them around all the time.
That's understandable.
Right. Let me keep an eye on it. I just want to melt this. I do not want to cook it. All right. Wonderful. You've never had pancakes?
No, I have never had pancakes.
Well, I am glad that you're going to do that here. See the look on your face, you're going to be...
You take this one.
Yeah. I saw that coming. Oh my goodness.
It just came on.
Okay.
And now Chef Barnes and Ricky and Maya had a little accident with their tools.
Well, I'll tell you what, where did you get this?
What the man said?
From the downstairs? I would go ahead and bring this down there and say, can I get another one?
Now?
No, after. We're not gonna use this. Alright? Do you mind turning that heat down to like 1? I want to cook the butter fat in this. Cook the milk sauce. You know what? It might go faster if you use the tablespoon. It's a little bit bigger. Or just use the cup itself. Use the cup itself to just kind of scoop some stuff out of it. Save a little time. One nice level cupful. There's your 4 ounces right there. To a certain extent, dry weight and liquid weight are relatively the same except if you're getting into ingredients with a little greater density. For example, a gallon of level. You want to level that off. And I'll show you how to level it.
Don't take the measurement of the
Okay. Like for example, when they say tablespoon, what they mean is that's not a tablespoon, that's a little bit more. That's tablespoon. Everybody looking?
Yes.
Everybody looking? That's tablespoon. Not that. What are we talking about? Dry weight, liquid weight. Dry weight, liquid weight are almost interchangeable when you're dealing with things that have a, Robert, just go ahead and scoop one cup, that's 4 ounces. For what? Yeah. Except when you're dealing with things with like greater density, for example, a gallon of water weighs 8 pounds. A gallon of honey weighs about 12 pounds.
So we're using 2 tablespoons of sugar, correct?
Correct.
So
Yes. Sorry? What about it? That's baking powder. How much? Oh, sorry. 1 tablespoon. You want it nice, level. If you add too much of that stuff, it will poof up like you're adding yeast to it. There you go. Okay. How much baking powder?
1 tablespoon.
Tablespoons? May I see this? May I see a teaspoon? A teaspoon. TSP, teaspoon. Okay. 1 teaspoon. Good.
Okay, when making your pancakes, you want to have at least 4 tablespoons worth of flour and 2 tablespoons worth of sugar.
That's 16 ounces. How much buttermilk did it call for? 6. Okay. More back. Okay. Yeah, you can turn that off. Please hold that. Okay. Please let me show you. It says over here, 1 pint breaks down 2, 4, 8, 12, 16, 1, 2, 4, 6. This line. They are graduated, which means they are measured in, step by step. Here's another funny story about my last class, my bio class. When they were making scones, the recipe called for 1.5 pints of milk. She looked on this and saw 1.5. Didn't care to see what the measurement was. She put 1.5 liters of milk. So instead of 24 ounces, she put almost triple the amount of milk that the recipe called for. Instead of making scone dough, she made pancake batter. I said, "What did you do?" She said, "I put 1.5. 1.5 what? What's it called for? Pints."
You don't do that 150.
Okay.
That's what 6 is.
There you go. Okay, you see? What I would do is I would put the cup on the table, on the cupboard.
Let's get butter. So how do you use that for butter
2,
too?
4, 6. Sorry, this is 6.
That's what's
That's 4. 5, 6. Good.
Just for the butter too.
What's that? How much does it
I'll
cost?
talk about it. 1/2 gram. 1/2 gram.
Ounce, sorry.
Oh.
1/2 ounce, okay? Or
Take 1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon. Because how many tablespoons go in an ounce? 2. How's that? Standing. All right. Be careful. It's a little hot. Scoop it. Wait, just pour it out. Like, tilt it out a little bit. A little more. So you get a little deeper. Good. There you go. A little more. You want 1 full tablespoon. Good. Careful. Just kidding.
Chef on Squid Kingston.
Yes. Oh, yes, yes. Then you say, no, no, no. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. All right. All right. Everybody got their mixes? Everybody got their dry mixes and their wet mixes?
Oh, yeah.
Egg.
1 egg.
Here, let's go ahead and pull the old eggs that we got. Yeah, isn't that something? I meant to do that. I'm using these to soundproof my I had a friend who was a drummer. He used to collect these, line the walls of his drum studio. It did, actually. It absorbs sound very well. 1 tablespoon.
But you say you don't want to overmix it.
You took 1 tablespoon. About on the basket.
So it's fair.
So you want to tilt it? That's good. Okay. Easy peasy, just like that. Come on. Over here. Dump it. Huh? Yes. Now, I like adding a little vanilla to my, I got vanilla right there. If you want to throw a little dot and a little dash, a little bit goes a long way though, so. I'm gonna put like that, Did we use all the clarified butter yesterday?
No, I think I'm it's this one.
Would you mind pulling it? Because we're gonna use that to cook our pancakes. Only a little bit? Okay, we maybe have to use some melted butter just.
Don't try to fold your wet brick.
Now we have 1 tablespoon of butter.
Yeah.
Breaking 1 egg.
That's no good. See, I told you about that a couple of weeks ago. My wife and I were just sitting there like, what do you want for dinner? And I said, you want chicken? No. You want steak? No. You want salad? No. You want waffles? Wait, what? Waffles?
Now we mix.
For dinner? I said, yeah. She said, you can make waffles. I can make waffles. Yes. So 10 minutes later, bam, we had waffles. What I'd like to do now is I would like to take like fried chicken, chop that up like a chicken tenderloin or something like that, chop that up and actually put that in the waffle batter. Amazing. What do you think?
I think chicken tenders in a waffle. That sounds pretty good.
So, put not chicken and waffle, chicken in waffles. All right, if you do that and you're famous,
I'll show
where you come from? There you go. Thank you. Now that it's on, now that it's out there.
This one no, it's this big brother, big sister. I don't know.
I'm going big. You know what? I think. Show me where you measured the. I'm sorry, man. The force is not strong with me. Which one did you do it up to? Oh, that looks about right there. Yeah. Looks a little thick. I'll tell you what. Why don't you leave that as is? See how yours works out? As opposed to the gentleman's that you're a little thinner. Something tells me. Wow. Thanks. Go ahead, make sure you scrape in the bowl. As you stir it. It's going to be delicious. Cannot wait.
Over break.
What's that?
I made a peach cobbler.
Wow. And a what cobbler?
And a fruit, like a mixed berry cobbler.
All right, let me ask you. How did the peach cobbler come out?
They are really good. I cooked the peaches first.
Huh?
I cooked the peaches first because they were frozen.
Okay.
First I seasoned the water with allspice, cinnamon, nutmeg, mace, sugar.
You want us to add 1/2 teaspoon of iodine salt to this?
Correct.
1/2.
Cinnamon. Then I put the peaches in the simmer.
Do we use old baking powder?
No, right there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, big powder.
Yes. What I was asking really, what was the difference in the cobblers relative to the peach versus the berry?
It was the berry was like half on juice. It had more juice.
Okay. I was hoping that there was some strawberries available that we could use them in the cake mix. Relative to the apple that I got, I was maybe wondering if somebody wanted to cut that up and saute that with a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, to add that with the pancakes as well. Huh?
You want to peel it first and then cut it?
Yeah, that would actually be better. But what I'm talking about is relative moisture content in the ingredients that you're adding. For example, the strawberry in a pancake is nice for some people, but because it kind of leaches out a lot of moisture when you cook it, it's going to affect the batter that's around it. As opposed to an apple, which is relatively lower in moisture, you could do that, especially if you're going to cook the apples first. It's going to leach out a lot more moisture on top of that. So you're adding almost practically like a dry piece of fruit.
So our batter should be looking the same. Running a bit.
Yes. Probably. Let's see what you got. Okay, good. That's thickened up a little bit. I was afraid when you first started stirring that, I was afraid it was a little too loose. But as that flour starts to absorb whatever liquid that's in there, that'll make a difference.
How many teaspoons of vanilla?
I have half a teaspoon. Vanilla extract, not oil.
Oh, vanilla extract.
There you go. And in the morning, I make it waffles. 24 fluid ounces of milk. You know what? I'm not bothering. A little bit more milk than butter. I'm gonna have. We done with that? Butter?
Yeah.
I believe
you want the batter runny and have it mix it with nice and good texture. As you can see, my batter is excellent.
How about yours? Okay. How much yours? What's your batter? Zest. Orange zest. What I've done is I've just taken the orange part off of there. I just use a peeler. If you don't have a zester, use a peeler and then you can apply the knife to it. Yes. Allow me to okay. What I like to do is I like to quarter it. And then just take the core out. You're done. This will be my first real bad Virginia allergy season. It just will be out there. I've been getting progressively worse and worse every year. When I first got here, I wasn't allergic to anything. Now I'm allergic to everything. Okay, you want to do that? Just like that. Not big. Good.
It's since we didn't have strawberries, some cinnamon.
Right.
That's your fun scent. Strawberries take on moisture. Apples, however, still working with dry fruit, so you got a better substitute.
Absolutely, you gotta cook them first.
Robert, would you mind throwing that down into the refrigerator, please? Just want to make sure that that stays. Oh, is the flame off? I'm sorry. Would you mind turning the flame back on? Yeah, I apologize. I should have clarified that. Yes, we're going to saute our apple with maybe an ounce of butter and about a tablespoon of sugar. And you're going to saute that. Actually, a tablespoon of butter. Okay. Alright, sow your apples in there. Get your tablespoon of sugar. Just keep an eye on that. Make sure you keep stirring it around. Give it a little pulse. Make sure that, I'm sorry, Robert, I should have asked you, would you mind refrigerating that buttermilk as well? I don't want that sitting out there until it gets warm. Sure thing. Okay. All right. Okay. Pancake batter looks wonderful. Every once in a while you can see a big block like that. Just kind of break it up with a spoon. This is one of those moments where you may find that sifting your ingredients may be recommended, in as much as you can break up those lumps of flour, which will cook out eventually in your pancake batter. But you want to take a chance. You don't really want to. Sorry, you don't want to be stuck with this big block of flour in your pancake. Okay? All right. Who wants to render some of that baby? All right. Piece of shell in my hand. Now,
Oh, I see.
Chef Buns, I have a question. Will we be sugar glazing these apple slices?
I'm sorry.
Will we be sugar glazing?
They are actually, is it sugar in them? Yep.
Oh.
What you're going to be doing, that's referred to, well, that would be referred to as just caramelizing. You're going to sit there, you're going to let them toss in there until they start to brown. A lot of the steam coming off of them is the relative moisture that's still left in the apple. Once that steam kind of dissipates, what you're left with is just the flesh of the apple itself. You're cooking all the water out of it. Okay? I'll tell you what, since you guys are working on that, why don't you take about 6 pieces of bacon, chop it up. You want to split it between the two? Doesn't really matter. You can use a big pan or a small pan. There it is. Okay. Got it. Yay. It's getting harder. Really hard.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this open right here.
Please, go ahead and cut that open. And take out 6 pieces, cut that into itty bitty tiny. And then heat up your pan, head that in there. And we're gonna render that down. We're gonna save the flavor. To lose the fat. Robert, may I use your whip?
Yes, you may, sir.
Thank you. How those apples looking? Okay. Anybody have any questions up to now about, anybody come up with any crazy breakfast ideas from the egg things that we did yesterday? Okay. I'll give you an idea. Crab cakes Benedict. Eggs Benedict, poached egg, holiday sauce on a crab cake. It is some kind of good. Yes. Well, you can just go ahead and stack them up. What we're going to be doing is we're using that to illustrate. Pardon? Yes, please. Using that to illustrate the idea that breakfast foods themselves can be savory by nature. Okay, about heat under your pan? Yes, sir. Okay, good. What I mean savory is anything that isn't inherently sweet could be referred to as savory. Savory means, for example, and you're seeing a lot of things now that they're using a savory flavor profile. For example, the potato chips that they're coming out with, jalapeno, salt and pepper, lime and tequila and lime, things like that. That they're introducing different ingredients and
Flavors.
Flavors, yes. Potato chips are not sweet in and of themselves, but for example, a muffin, for example. You got a muffin that you're typically expecting a muffin to be more like cake, which is sweet, inherently sweet. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to add duck crackling and sage to it, which would be, inherently savory ingredients. So you're changing the flavor profile and you're introducing a different kind of flavor that is out of the mainstream or out of the norm for that particular dish. I'm doing this.
And then something your taste buds had never expected.
Exactly. You eat something like, you ever use jelly on a sandwich? Like, other than peanut butter jelly sandwich. Something that is... Yes, they are done actually. Thank you. So go ahead and pull that aside. If you're ever pressed for like orange zest, something like that, you want to add some orange flavor to it.
You'll get a little bit of that.
Yeah. So take your peeler, shave off a piece, and add that. I'm going to add some of this to the waffles, but I also want to add this to your pancake. You'll see that the oils that come out from this, when this is heated up, will give it a really good orange flavor. Okay, as soon as that bacon is cut up, we're just going to throw it in that pan, we're going to brown it off. I'm going to set it aside and add that to the waffles as well. So you can add
Apples, orange slices, bacon.
Yeah, definitely. That would be the difference of adding savory flavor profile to something that is typically expected to be sweet.
Did you put some in it or
No. Piece may have fallen in. If that's the case. Sorry. What is what? Two.
Go ahead and toss the bacon.
Go ahead. Good catch. Probably something from the flour. Piece of string. There you go. I love bacon some kind of way.
So you put the apples in there?
No, not yet. What we're going to do is we're going to set them up almost individually. Like you're going to make the pancake, you're going to take some apples, you're going to spoon them in. That is how people, places like IHOP, for example, do you think they have tubs of strawberry pancake batter and chocolate chip pancake batter? Okay, what they do is they start out with a big tub of a generic pancake batter mix. Then they add whatever they want to it. So you can go ahead and you can make.
Yeah, banana.
Sorry. Oh yeah, that pancakes would be wonderful, especially if you did them like that. So take them up with a little bit of butter and sugar, caramelize it. And some oysters and rum.
Oysters and rum?
Oysters and rum.
What you say about oysters? I never said anything about oysters.
I can't hear over the fan. I'm sorry. It's not like you said oysters. I'm pretty sure you did. No. I like, while we got those stoves on it, believe me, it'll get really hot in here for that. Oh, I'm so sorry. What's going on with this? Yeah, it sure was. That must have been it. That's not ready. Go on. Fire.
Now let's take a look at how Tyrone's bacon is doing.
Fire some waffles, and without any flavoring, then I'm going to add some flavor to it, like rosemary, for example. Sorry?
Well, that bacon is looking very good
French
right
toast,
now.
yeah. But I really can't count on these guys to give me Texas toast. Can't count on them to give me Texas toast.
This thing's getting nice and brown while cooking.
English muffins for my eggs Benedict. Yeah. Sorry. So, if it's not sweet, if things are not sweet, what would they be referred to as?
Savory.
Savory. Very good. Savory is just a description of something that is kind of like mainstream flavored. Hey. Wow. Uh-oh.
You missed a couple.
I did, didn't I? You want to break this up because inside of each leaf, one of these things, there's a lot of oil. Same thing with the orange. There's a lot of oil, but as soon as you heat that up, the oil in there is going to disperse and it's going to have so much concentrated flavor that a little bit goes a long way with this. That's the thing about bacon, even when it's bad, it's still wonderful. Actually, that's not true. Bad bacon goes bad, and when it goes bad, it smells awful.
Hey, Paul, give a flip. We have Keisha here. Yeah, she's trying to
Good, Keisha.
cook up that bacon.
Good, Keisha. Sorry. You want to be careful with that. That's that spatula that will rip up the Teflon in the pan. Turn the heat up just a tick. There you go. That'll make it quick. I got away with it once. That's one of those things. You know, might even want to strike again. Okay. We got our waffle batter made. We have our pancake batter made. Let's go ahead and get all of our other mise en place that we're not using specifically is out of the way, off the table. We can put it away as we don't need it anymore.
Mise en place is our word of the day, folks.
Actually, not to contradict, but mise en place is the word of the day every day.
You need plates.
We will need plates, yes, thank you. Why don't you go ahead and get like 6? Okay. All right. Ready yet?
Now I need some plus items out of the way.
Yeah, they're ready.
Okay.
That's what I do at home. You know what I just said that.
If you want to caramelize fruit that you know where your pancakes
Bacon. You should have got that, Robert. Maya ate the bacon.
Like I said, you want to caramelize or put any type of fruit in there, you're going to need sugar and oil. And add to the pan. Make them nice and brown golden, like just don't let them burn.
Take a picture. You can do it.
Uh-oh.
One of them.
What happened? Hey.
Hey.
Track the heat a little bit. What that does is it helps render down the fat without cooking the bacon even more.
Oh, this thing beat.
It did. Wonderful.
Yeah, it's ready.
Why don't we go ahead and get some low heats under our saute pans for our pancakes. Barbara, why don't you go grab one of the small Teflons? Alright, so looking good here. Good here. Good here. Back in the day, a long time ago, when I was a wee one, there were people that actually used to keep their bacon fat, like my dad, my mom. They used to add a little teaspoon of bacon fat into like the butter or oil that they were using. Butter was usually pretty expensive, always has been, and margarine unfortunately does not have the same flavor bang for your buck. So what they would do is they would take a little bit of the bacon fat, add that to their oil, just to give it a little flavor. Okay.
My mom added that on like bacon to her green beans.
Oh yeah.
And her collard.
All right, we're looking good here. All right, I'm going to take this off the stove, and you see it's still sizzling, which is an example of what?
Heat transfer.
Carryover cooking.
What? Carryover cooking.
cooking.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Perfect. Absolutely. So you want to pull this when it's not quite where you want it to be, because carryover cooking will finish that process. See, it's still sizzling, so this is still probably well into the 200, 250 degrees. So again, just because it's off the stove, go ahead. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The baby's on the pancake.
Waffles, actually.
Oh, okay.
And we're gonna use some as something I was actually talking about yesterday. Okay. And here's that. There it is. I add a little brown sugar to the bacon fat. What that's going to do is, first, the brown sugar is going to essentially melt in the presence of the hot fat. And as that sticks to the pieces of bacon that's in there, it's going to candy it. Candy bacon. Oh, yeah.
You gotta get it hot. Now, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna get this like just add a bit of it. Right.
These are little Crispies. These are very good. This is not so crispy. Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that. Okay, so this brown sugar now, this bacon, it's got a little sugar coating on it. Go ahead and put that out on the side in a single layer, because just like any kind of sugar, once it cools, it's going to be sticky. Alright. Okay. Have a little fun with that often. Okay. So. Okay, we good?
Yes.
Get the heat under our pans. Throw a little butter, a little clarifying butter into there so the pancakes don't stick. You want to add some orange to your pancakes. You want to add some bacon, some thing. Go for it.
So we're gonna make the we're gonna put the batter in first and then add the seafood.
Yes. You guys use 1/4 cup. And in a moment,
So what are you gonna make to go with this?
what's that?
To go with it.
Go with it?
What do you make to go with it? You make eggs, sausage.
I usually like bacon. Or, most of the time we'll just have, I typically like to put apples in my pancakes, especially for my son. Wow, I never have.
My church makes it.
Actually got a mashed sweet potato? Got a mashed sweet potatoes?
I don't know.
Okay, because that sounds amazing.
It's lovely. I think they nice because like you bite into you to like little chunks.
Okay. Anybody ever heard of gnocchi? Or you call it gnocchi? Alright, that is it's like an Italian potato dumpling, but it's like potato pasta. I should have brought the magazine in with me. I got a set of the magazine. It's very interesting.
No hands.
Got a very interesting article about gnocchi and different ingredients where they put in it in different parts of Italy. Okay. Alright, looks like your butter is starting to smoke, so you may want to turn that down. Turn the heat down. Just do a maintenance heat. Not off, but just down. Because once you put the baking batter in your pan, it's going to cool it off. Alright, and you're ready to go. You drop it in there. Yes, please.
I mean, is it hot? That's mine as well.
Yeah, I think you're both starting to smoke. You want to put your apples, your rosemary, or your orange peel, or whatever in there, go for it.
How do you do it like this?
What's that?
How do you scoop it?
I would use a measuring cup.
Sorry.
Quarter cup. Look at it.
This one.
Yep. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
He burnt the waffles.
Sure did.
Alright, Chef Boss has just demonstrated what not to do.
Oh, come on now. I got distracted. People asking me questions about pancakes. See? Let's turn that one around.
Let's play in the kitchen. Sometimes inquiring minds have to know.
Okay. This time. Little less. Little less time, little less heat. Oh, sorry. Oh, easy now. Okay. Like I said, once you do that, the flame is gonna, stuff is gonna cool. I'm gonna turn your burner on. I am. want this, maybe not quite that, huh? Like the action that Tyrone's got going?
Yeah.
That's what you want. You don't want to flip it until you see the bubbles start to form. Work their way through. You mix apples and oranges?
I'm gonna do a fusion of orange and apple.
Okay. All right. That's the kind of action you want to see underneath your pancake here, Tyrone.
Can someone pass me the apples?
Yeah. Use a spoon. We'll walk in there. Okay. Pancakes, waffles, things like that. Those are examples of what is referred to as quick breads. Quick breads are flour-based items. Not yet. Not until you see the bubbles start to pop up in the middle, almost like where you are. You're going to see a lot more. Since yours is a little bit bigger, wait till the bubbles start breaking up through the surface. You got a nice rise up there, Tyrone. That looks really good.
I hate to say it, even though it's 10:05, but I'm already hungry. That's wonderful.
All right. Is that better? Why did I do that? It's messed up. Alright. Okay. Let's get some of that rosemary. Okay. You look good. You look good. Good scoop. There you go. Grill cake.
It's alright. It's alright.
When you transfer it, just take whatever.
It's alright about that drop, folks.
Get rid of that. And fire another one. Fire. All right. From waffle. Yes, I approve. Well, really, when you start to see the bubbles coming through, it's practically done. The heat is gone almost completely through, so you just want to really cook it on the bottom. It can be okay. All right. Okay. No, now you can. If you're going to fire another one. Now, hot grease. Maybe. I think now that you've got the seasoning in there, for your pan, it should be okay. There you go. Come on, Robert. I want to see the real. I want to see the look on your face when you had your first pancake. Okay, you don't want to be holding that. Generally, you don't want to hold it when you're pouring hot stuff into it. If you miss, or if you go too fast, and this is the cup and lands on your hand, you gotta trip to the nurses. Okay? I hope so. Yeah, I think there's a medical something. Huh? Please. I too will take it. Wonderful. You got smoky and you got sweet. I think you should. Try it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Like I told this person in my other class, it's not like you're gonna get fired. Not like you're, something. Play around. Play with it. Try your stuff out. With the apples, that smoky sweetness, that's a combination you can't go wrong with. Like oysters and rum. Oysters, rum, and bananas. Thank you. Wow. Oh, wow. That orange really pops.
It would have been better.
Okay. Here's our experimentation. Well, bacon and rosemary. Yeah.
How's your pizza?
That's what I want to hear. Once we try something here, you're going to say, wow, I have the confidence and the curiosity to try this at home. Normally they say, don't try this at home. Do try this at home.